jumping back into this game, when we loaded the game, it said a chapter was already in progress.
But
What?
But it was just that section because we...
It said a chapter was already in progress, but what it meant was we stopped in the middle. So they actually gave me a unique loading trigger, which is cool.
So only kind of like they were recording this. Apparently, Konami basically announced they like Silent Hill 2 remake, along with like a bunch of other Silent Hill shit. So yeah, that happened.
And I realized while editing this game that I was playing this game badly.
Well, we're Let's Players, we play everything badly.
Seriously though. I realized reading through the tutorials again and actually watching the game in motion that I was not playing this game correctly.
I guess we're not Let's Players because we're owning up to the mistakes.
Damn it, Gerson. I wanted to get back to this because we're trying to do this in the fucking Scooby-Doo.
Oh.
And I wanted to record a little bit earlier, but I've talked about, like, if I'm just gonna... yeah. Camera works. Stuff.
Unless the game will do something with this later, why does the game let you use the camera here when these sections seem to be, like, purely walking and interacting with shit? I feel like this house is going to become haunted.
Also, early on, I'm covering a few things because we didn't realize this existed.
Wait, I thought we used it.
No. I mean, in the episode I posted, where I cut past reloading an older chapter. Damn it. Hold on. Just smack my desk. No! Future us! But didn't realize this existed, where you were like, crap, I have to replay a chapter. I'm like, there has to be an exit. What? There wasn't.
Well, actually, you say that, but remember, the weird thing was the prologue, because the prologue is, like, super tutorial and shit. I actually don't know if you can access that menu in the prologue.
I'm pretty sure you can.
I feel like you could. That would make sense, but because it was one of those weird things of the...
touch.
God damn it. I know what you're trying to infer again, but it's like, maybe not use the touch icon there.
The what, Miss Gage? Also, I was risky and put that as a YouTube title, but don't seem to care. What they seem to care about, with YouTube titles...
Don't look at me.
YouTube seems to not like swearing in titles, or, like, obvious sexual stuff, and wet Miss Gage does not inherently mean sexual. They're now playing this game because of that dumb thing that happened with Sean. I keep laughing my ass off.
Good night.
A lot of things to laugh about later.
Yes, but it's something Sean...
I know it's not technically related to the game itself.
Yeah, but it ruined...
God damn it, Japan!
You see... Technically... Isn't the English version of this game M?
Yes.
Japanese version was D.
Which basically is M.
We have that Asian market version, but what's funny, we have an Asian market version, so the box is English with no rating, but the cartridge in the box is a Japanese cartridge.
So because of that, does that actually say 0 on the cartridge? As I said before, the Japanese name of the series is either 0 or Project 0. I don't
remember what. I just know the serial number on the cartridge is Japanese, and because the serial number is JAP, that means it was produced in Japan. So they did that thing that amuses me. Instead of having an ASI serial number for Asia, it's a JAP, Meaning they literally produced English boxes for those regions and just put...
So if you're able to get Witness Gauge as a part name, should we risk that's a lot of dead children or not? Don't risk that one.
The wetness gauge. Pretty sure on that title it should be the wetness gauge. Actually, I'm gonna sit here live and actually make sure there's no restrictions on this. Restrictions none.
Okay then.
Haha. Okay. No, I'm literally sitting here. I have YouTube open. The wetness gauge. Because that's technically not inappropriate. We were just making terrible jokes.
Because we all know why the developers put that in this game.
I keep playing this, and for a microsecond, I keep thinking you can, like, dodge, roll, flip everywhere.
I fucking wish.
Ah! Me too, Garthan. Me too.
But like I said, for apparently good control in horror games is bad game design because it breaks the immersion. Silent Hill 2 is getting a remake. I can fucking rant about this.
Remember, way back in the day, and this was just the funniest shit to me, old Let's Play from years and years ago of Silent Hill 2, and just, like, making a generic point, because it... Hold on, wait. Oh, wait, I remember now. Old Let's Play, Silent Hill 2. Where it was someone that loved Silent Hill, but even they basically were like, I'm going to use the cheat code that gives you a crap ton more ammo than you're supposed to have, and literally said that basically having a gun to cheese sort of the janky monsters is to basically get around, and he was kind of being blunt, the sort of bad game design. And he said that he was...
Playthrough of Silent Hill 2 I watched, they fucking hated it. And they also stumbled their way into, like, the worst ending.
This was someone who knew what they were doing. Except, even though he knew what he was doing, he literally... Yeah. B rank.
Because, look at the total, we didn't, like... Remember, the thing, you got a better understanding of for was, like...
My point
watching
was, it was a Let's Play of someone that likes the game, and even they're like, I'm going to use the ammo cheat code and literally gun my way through Silent Hill. Messing with my volume. When even someone that likes Silent Hill spend a couple of points.
General rule in games I try to have with consumable items is have at least 5 of something. If I have over 5, I tend to not really get a
Well, I might just leave the one revival stone and just get what?
We haven't died yet. We only get a revival.
Well, here's the thing about death anyway. If I feel like I'm going to die and things are going horrible, I'm just reloading checkpoints.
Even though apparently when you die, you're actually just naturally reloaded to said checkpoint. A question would be...
No, I mean, if I feel like I'm dying in the middle of something and I lose the stupid revival stone, which I would rather have on me to revive in a boss fight. Except now I need to try and play this game fucking better, because I wasn't playing this game better.
No, at least that's right. Now we're in that other one of those interlude things, but I...
Because I reread the tutorial.
But like I said, I feel like we're going to have to do something later in this house, because that's just, you know, the most, like, sort of by-the-book horror thing is this house. Even if the game itself doesn't point it out, you come to realize that, you know, this is, again, the sort of safe, like, in-between area. So because of the, like, safe in... Because of it being the whole safe in-between area thing, that's why they later basically decide to fuck with you and have enemies here, and I get...
You hear my keyboard? Sorry about that.
I get when games do crap
Like
like that, but at the same time, sort of going back to the shit with, like, horror games we've talked about, that can kind of, sort of, honestly frustrate me more than scare me, depending on what it is, because the game is basically saying, fuck you.
Most horror games...
Now, to be fair, that's only if the game does something like that was like a save room or something. It's not like, you know, the house basically is like some type of save room or whatever. If it was, I would be more...
This goes back to the cynical point we were talking about, where a lot of horror games are kind of designed badly for the sake of, oh, you need to be weak and helpless, even though...
That's why I'm actually super worried about the, like, new Silent Hill shit and, like, the 2 remake and shit. Not because it's, you know, modern Konami making it, but because I'm afraid that they're going to listen to, like, sweaty neckbeards on the internet, and that the game is basically just going to be a dick to you to create horror.
Because that kind of happens, even though, and I've said this many fucking times, that you could create if you were going for sort of helpless horror, instead of creating wonky combat mechanics that are just frustrating and give people sort of a really bad, awkward out, just don't have the combat.
That's why I point to, like, Outlast, and I think Outlast 2, it continued that you can't defend yourself.
Because I'm not against helplessness. And helplessness, as long as you're not being a dick about it, isn't my problem. The problem is, oh, we're going to have helplessness, but we're going to give you a gun, but you're going to basically not be able to use this gun for shit as a vague way of maybe taking down a monster.
But if you keep the gun in your inventory for too long, you get the bad ending, because you carried a weapon with you, so that means you're a murderer and a terrible person. I bet you kick puppies for fun.
Is there a third floor?
It's like,
I'm going to climb up.
or just even...
That's the other pretentious, antiquated shit I fucking despise in a horror game, is a game punishing you for playing badly. Like, that is... that old fucking playthrough of Silent Hill 2 I watched, I said they stumbled into the bad ending. The funny thing is, I think them killing too many enemies is actually how they stumbled into the bad ending. Because didn't the game fucking keep track of shit like that?
No. Well, remember, because the other playthrough I was talking about kept using the fucking gun and the ammo cheat and got the good ending. So,
but they were also on New Game Plus, so doesn't New Game Plus open up New Game Plus ending?
I don't believe it
like
was... I don't think that was a New Game Plus round. I don't remember.
I thought the cheats only worked on New Game Plus.
I think some work in the main game.
Huh.
Okay, if I'm getting facts about Silent Hill 2 cheats wrong, excuse me, but it was literally someone, I love this game, but wholeheartedly, fuck the wonky combat, so I'm going to use the ammo cheat, and they literally pull... What the ammo cheat does, it makes all the ammo, like, drops in the game produce more ammo.
Oh.
So it... Man was fucking loaded. Ah! Talked about antiquated horror.
Hello? Hello? Ren speaking.
Ren. Kazuya. I've been trying to get in touch with you. I was worried. Listen, about what I said to you before.
Anywho.
getting married.
Ramble about other stuff between things.
You are? Yeah.
Right now, we're in the
Wow.
some plot stuff, and this is a game where not much is going on. It's a flying ride. You just kind of have to.
And after the recording, I watched some videos about the game again. I kind of nice stuff with the game. This game's story is terrible.
Is it though?
There's a plot detail we get later on that I'm going to make a joke about. And if YouTube doesn't allow certain things, it's definitely not gonna allow that. Which is a shame, because that is the best out of context part name.
I've had generally pretty good track record with things you think they would get mad about as a part name.
Also because, and it's funny when I was talking about this being a horror game and shit, this game also has unclear multiple endings and shit, though unlike other games, because of this game being set into chapters, I think if you want to get another ending, you can just replay certain
I think that's a thing, because if you look up this game and how to beat it, the main game is only around like 8 to 10 hours, where 100% is like 25 plus.
No, it would be upgrading, like...
No, well...
That would be upgrading everything and getting, like...
all the different character playthroughs and endings.
Because, like, as an example, and I don't remember, like, when it is, and shit, I think it's much closer to the end of the game. Like, basically, as an example, the character we're playing right now, like, Rin, there's a point where when you're playing as him, you actually get a dialogue choice, and that dialogue choice determines his ending.
Mm-hmm. If I go kind of silent a minute, I might sneeze. Sometimes if I sneeze and it's too loud, I cut past those. Damn it, game.
You have the map.
No. I was following the spirit thing and I walked past the door. Okay. But powerful force. I know we have a map. Except there's a problem, and it's more... the one spirit went the one way, and powerful force. So, going around. Found the plot, I guess. Seems like it. Oh Lord, he coming.
Don't talk to me. I'm not supposed to talk to the living.
Christ.
You started it. Well, fuck.
Bitch.
At last.
Thought detected.
You are a man, are you not?
I'm a girl.
Liar.
I am.
I see. In that
The
case,
word in acting is intentional.
let us play.
I'm only feeding this joke into the ground because...
Yeah, I was trying to straight face into the acting is more wooden than the doors in here.
No. I'll let you into it.
Shots fired.
Those dolls are better actors.
It's, I'm only feeding the joke into the guy, because I find it funny, we sort of make jokes on, like, Silent Hill 2 and shit. And then literally, like, 3 days after we record the first session, that announcement happens.
Because it was... Like, this is a dumb opportunity to be tangentially Halloween-related. Because this is a...
I guess another problem was, was the Silent Hill 2 remake, or I'm not even, someone who played the game. If I do ever play it, I would probably fucking hate it. That's one of those games that I'ma be real, because most people probably played it at an age before they should. That is, like, one of those games which its game design is, like, way too mythologized for its own good, so a remake of this kind of has a, like, unobtainable standard of quality, because the remake would have to basically be like the Silent Hill 2 people remember in their heads, which is fucking unobtainable.
Basically, it's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, this kind of question will constantly come up throughout this Let's Play, but I think the topic is interesting, and this time I think I phrased the topic in a way that would be a very interesting question. So without further ado, when it comes to horror games, would you rather have a horror game actually give you a true sense of being completely helpless, other than some kind of mechanic where you could maybe hide, or at the very least stun an enemy? Or do you prefer wonky combat mechanics that, if they are used right, might permanently defeat a monster, but normally those combat mechanics are intentionally so badly designed that the one semblance of being able to use that as an escape tool is effectively non-existent, because that basically could be a good emergency out, except because of how bad the combat is, it is incredibly difficult to use that as an emergency out, and you normally don't get any value from that, except in very, very rare circumstances where you basically are sort of backed into a corner and basically are facing an incredibly unfavorable situation. So you might as well attempt to use a terrible combat mechanic, and if you get lucky, it will save you, but I would generally prefer either no combat at all, or combat that is actually usable. But if you wanted a true horror experience, I feel if you really need the player to be helpless, just don't give them combat options, just give them the ability to hide or run away, versus giving the player a weapon that is intentionally designed to be hard to use. Like the Silent Hill point I was harping on, where you basically have a gun, but you don't get a lot of ammo, and the gun is intentionally badly designed where you can't use it as a actual weapon unless you use that one ammo cheat to get more ammo than normal, and that basically lets you use the gun as a weapon in a very sort of unintended way, because you now actually have enough ammo and firepower to actually kill pretty much everything in the game. Which also leads to this whole other point that we didn't even really talk about, where the game actually has a final boss fight where you basically have to fight a boss with the gun and terrible combat if you have enough ammo and stuff. And that leads to this other point where people are not sure if this is an oversight or an actual cool, pretentious bit of mercy. If you enter the final boss of Silent Hill 2 and your gun has no ammo, the final boss will appear and basically instantly die. The game has a very bizarre mercy that it gives you where you go in there truly ammoless, and instead of being stuck in a dead game, it basically skips the terrible wonky boss fight and you can still get the proper endings and stuff. So, honestly, intended or not, just fuck the wonky combat, waste all your ammo, walk into the final boss room, and just let the final boss kill over without you touching anything. And people have said this does not affect your endings, it just skips the terrible boss fight, because regardless of intent, taking the terrible combat and forcing you to engage with it to beat the game is stupid, in my opinion. But I do not want to turn this question into a ramble. I kind of hate doing that in these in-slate rants, but this is me being unfiltered and giving my general thoughts and opinions on my question. So, anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.